Hey everybody, it's Mark again, and this is going to be a quick video. Uh, I say that, but I get people that ask me all the time about this oiler. Michael Anderson, JustMike, sent this thing to me for Christmas a couple years ago, and I love it. And I got videos out there on it, but if you don't title your video correctly, people can't find your video. And so this video is just going to be on this oiler. And in the description of this video, I'm going to leave a link so you can purchase one of these oilers if you want. It's a precision oiler that doesn't waste oil, and you put whatever kind of oil you want in this, and I use 0W20 oil. And in the video, I'll also show you how to oil your clocks with toothpicks and wire. So kick back, relax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink, grab something to smoke, and let's get started. I'm watching Michael Anderson or Just Mike's latest video where he's repairing a 1906 Gustav Becker anniversary clock, and he's using that pen oiler. And Mike is the one that sent me that pen oiler as a Christmas gift, because I sent him something, and he sent me that pen oiler, and I love that pen oiler. And I'll show you all the website here in a second. But if you haven't subscribed to Michael's YouTube channel, please do so. The man does a great job working on clocks, and he does fantastic on getting his clocks up and running. Here's the website that he orders those watch oilers from. Their precision watch oiler, and that's the name of the watch oiler. This is the name of the website, and I will leave this website in the description of this video. The cost is $44.95 plus shipping, but it's with its unique retractable tip or needle pump, this Swiss-made oiler dispenses oil drop by drop to eliminate waste, and this is true. Now, Mike shakes his oiler all the time. I find that if you keep it filled, that it works precise. And I use 0W-20 car weight synthetic oil, vehicle oil. That's just what I use, and I've been using it, and I like it a lot better than regular clock and watch oil myself. Now, the oil that was in it, I used it up, but you could buy a quart of oil for like $7. And that will last you, depending on how many clocks you repair, but it can last you a lifetime. Now, if you do this for a living, you might have to buy a quarter boil every, I don't know, 5-10 years. I don't know. But for the money, it's cheap, and you don't have to go around buying clock and watch oil off of eBay or Time Savers or whatever. Now I'm on eBay. Now you can, I've had these. They work okay, but they're not as precise as what I just showed you. And they come with regular clock oil, and Mike will tell you that using regular clock oil, after a month or so, your clock stops working. It's some clocks, especially cuckoo clocks, it says right there on the movement that it requires synthetic oil. Another type of oiler, again, I've had these. I don't like them as well as the stuff that Mike got me. And before Mike sent me that oiler, I would dip a toothpick. I'd break off the end of a toothpick and dip the toothpick in the oil to put oil wherever I needed. I broke off the end of the toothpick because if you don't, the oil will stay partway up the toothpick. And you can use a piece of wire that you flatten, and that works the same thing as these professional clock oilers. I'm trying to find some of those professional clock oilers. All it is a piece of wire that's black. But anyway, for the money, that oiler that Mike sent me, it's well worth it. So this is the oiler, and I'm going to show you how to use it. Like I said, this thing comes apart, and you put whatever oil you want in it. And when I first got this thing, I was having trouble. Like I said, it has to be full of oil. If it gets below half, fill it back up. You got a quarter boil, you can just fill it back up. And so what you do, you take the tip up to the pivot hole and you push down. And when you push down, you will see the oil come out, and then you release. You let it push back up, and when you let it push back up, the oil, the excess oil, sucks up into the pen. If you put too much oil, the way these oilers, these bushings are designed, it only takes so much oil. If you put too much oil in, and I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, capillary motion throws the oil out of the pivot spot. So, again, you push down, you see the oil, you let go, and it's going to suck it all back up. Now, I did this slowly so I can tell y'all what I'm doing, and you will see that it's got oil on the plate. So all you do is just take a tissue or whatever and wipe it off the plate. So I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to do it a little bit faster. Hopefully you've seen that. Let me do another one. Push down and then release after you see the oil come out. And that's all the oil that you need on that thing. It got the oil down in there. I took too long. But if you don't keep this thing full of oil, it won't suck it back up. So push down and then release. And you see that? Push down, release. And that's all the oil that you need. I got a little excess on the plate. The excess on the plate over time, it'll discolor your movement. But this thing is well worth it. And if you're going to work on clocks a lot, it's worth the money. If you're not going to work on clocks a lot, take a toothpick. Like I said, cut the end. Well, before I do that, I need to put some oil. Stand by. As far as the brand, you buy whatever brand you want to buy. But I highly suggest you get 0W-20. Full synthetic oil. And just happens, probably was the cheapest stuff when I went to buy some stuff. So, I'm going to pour a little bit too much, but it don't matter. Using a toothpick, you dip it in the oil, and you will see that the oil is high up on the toothpick. Hopefully you can see that. And that's why I suggest that you take and cut just a little bit off the toothpick. And that way when you dip it in the oil, you will see that the oil is down at the bottom of the toothpick. And then you dip it in the oil and then you touch it to the pivot hole. And that pivot is oiled. You dip it in the oil and you touch it to the pivot hole. And that pivot is oiled. You can use, like I said, a flattened wire. So stand by. Here I cut off a piece of wire. I did not flatten it. When you dip this into the oil, because you didn't flatten it brings too much oil on the wire. So that's why you flatten it. So I'm gonna put it on my steel block here and flatten the very tip. I might have flattened it too much. So anyway, after you dip it in the oil, you take the wire up to your pivot, and I flattened it too much because it is bigger than the pivot hole. So let me cut it off, and I'm just gonna cut the end off. It's still flat. And so now when I dip it in the oil, it fits in the pivot hole. So as you can see, that one is oiled. As you can see, that one is oiled. This is very precise, the toothpick and the flattened metal. However, you have to put oil in a container where this, it has your oil and your precision method, and like I said, it sucks it back up. So if you are going to work on clocks a lot, time is money. Especially if you're going to do this for a living, time is money. And you will find that this is the best oiler out there. I've showed you those other oilers. I don't like them. You have to squeeze them to get the oil out. This, again, you push, it's spring loaded. You push down and when I push it in, you will see that the bubbles are coming up, and that's because it's loading the needle for oil. So, one last time. Push down, let go. And I went too dang slow on that, and I got oil all over the place. So with me keeping my mouth shut, and the longer that you hold it there, the longer it's gonna suck up the excess oil back into the pen. So I hope this video helps. Leave me some comments. Subscribe to my channel. Not only subscribe to my channel, but to all the other channels that I mentioned. May God bless each and every one of you.